Hey guys, Anthony from New York sent us this video on Kris Krohn. Check out what he's got to say on arbitrage.
I was poor in the beginning. I was deeply in debt. I had nothing. I found a way to the top. How do you think I got here? It was by arbitraging choices. It was like when I saved up my first $5,000, dude, my buddy would have blown that on a flat screen TV or a really fast car. I didn't. I saved my money and I put it in investment property. I rented out the basement. The basement covered my whole mortgage, and all of a sudden, it was cheaper to live in a bought home than it was to rent a tiny little basement hole in the ground. That's arbitrage. But similarly, we're arbitraging energy, we're arbitraging emotions, and most people don't look at it that way. Most people aren't even really awake. They're literally just on cruise control, zombie mode, going through life, just going through motions, running a program, running a routine. But if you start looking at arbitrage, you break those patterns, you break that routine, you start making superior choices, then you get superior results.
All right, Kirby. So I like Kris Krohn, but I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes his videos, he sounds a little like super complex. I think this video was the first time that he actually sounded like very down to earth and real. So I did enjoy this video, especially when he talked about how his upbringing was not so much like childhood or anything, but how he started. I think a lot of people forget these YouTube personalities that are multimillionaires, they started somewhere. They don't just come from wealth. And the points he made is are the things that we've always talked about. I mean, it's exactly how I started. I had friends that were always going out clubbing, blowing their money. They were getting, to them it was a lot of money to receive, let's say a couple grand, and like people once they receive that money, they just think like I don't normally have this money. Let me go enjoy myself. And rather than me making those decisions to just buy dumb stuff, I was also the one putting it aside for my future. And the way he said that he arbitraged his house and rented out the basement and got his living expenses lower, that's exactly what it is. That's how you bring more money in, how you keep more money. And that excess money that you have, you can now take that to invest and create more money and wealth for yourself. It all has to start with that method. And so this video I thought was really good. And he kind of humanized himself. I think that's the word I'm looking for. But what are your thoughts on what he said in this video?
Brad, before I give my insight or my input on it, for anybody else that want us to react to the videos, Alex right above his head, somewhere on the screen, he'll put it. That's the email address you send us the videos to. You send us your questions, you send us your tweets, or anything that you just want to break down of or our thoughts, breakdown of whatever we've said. With that, what Chris Cohen said, and the part that I liked the most was when he said, arbitrage your thoughts, arbitrage your decisions. That's what life is really about. I mean, it's cool to, save up $5,000, but if you choose to do something, crazy with it, that's what I'll just say. If you choose to do something crazy with it, then that's on you. I mean, the people that have is the people that didn't follow what the world did or what the world do. I mean, of course, a TV is good, but a TV can't put money in your pocket. I mean, and then I know people, especially today's day and age, they're saying $5,000 for a TV. Yeah, back in the day, that's how much it cost for a flat screen TV. It wasn't, the seven, $800, $1,200 it is today. It was expensive. But people make those decisions. When I was in the army all the time, when I first joined, I was the guy who always, the money came in, I was spending it by the weekend. We get paid on the 15th. I was broke by the 18th. And then I had, soldiers that was, lower ranking than me, making less money than me, they saving it, and they was able to do more things. But it was the decisions that we made that was put us in that situation. It's not, oh, my job's not paying me enough. It's, oh, I'm choosing to do with the money that I'm making. I can sit there and agree with people and say, oh, well, these jobs need to pay people more. I, I can agree with you there. But the decisions that you do with the money is the most important thing. I mean, we've seen it again. I always bring this up. Athletes, actors, all these celebrities who make a lot of money in their career, the Mike Tysons, the Allen Iversons, of the world, that make all this money during their career, and then they blow it all, and then everybody like, what happened? It's because the decision, the arbitrage decision, the decision they make. You got to give up one thing to do something else. If you do everything, then you're going to be broke. Like Alex, you're a perfect example. You're younger, and then you will make money, you'll get a paycheck, and then what you do with your paycheck is different than what 90% of the people at your job will do with the paycheck. 99% of the people at your job will do it. People got this mentality: work hard, play hard. How about work hard now so you don't have to work hard later? People lose that concept. They always, every time they get a pay raise, every time they get more money, they always thinking of what they can spend it on. They don't think of, hey, how can I eliminate this burden of quote unquote a job out of my life, or make having a job optional. They don't even have that concept in. And then, like Kris Krohn said, he decided to, okay, I'm gonna buy a house, and then I'm gonna rent out the bottom, the bottom suite, the bottom basement, and then that will pay for my mortgage. So now all of my paycheck is free and clear to do whatever I want to do with. Those slight adjustments of stop thinking about what you can spend with the money that you spend your time for, and think about, hey, how can I get more money out of the time I have on earth? Those are the things that's going to change your life dynamic. But people don't want to hear that. People want the retirement. They want a lot of money in their bank account. They want all the cars. They want the big house. They want to be able to go to the club. They want to party. They want to go out to eat with family. And they're making $30,000-$40,000 a year. I still remember my first paycheck in the military, $312. That was on the 15th. $312 for 15 days worth of work. So I didn't come here start off with a silver spoon in my mouth. I mean, it's crazy to me. The people that I grew up with knew that I grew up with nothing, and then now I've reached this level, and then the first thing they want to do is point out, like, I grew up with a silver spoon in my mouth. You was in my house when we was keeping the lights off so nobody could see the roaches running around. You was there when I didn't have any money, and I'm sitting there just like, nah, man. I'm pretending like I just don't want to do something because I didn't have the money. These people was the same people that was around. But the thing was as I got older and I understood my bad decisions led me to the point of being super broke, I decided to change. They wanted to stay the same, and then over X amount of years, it changed and adjusted and updated. That's what it was. It wasn't a overnight thing. I didn't hit the lottery. I didn't hit that Powerball and just came up with millions. It was having a focused mindset on doing what I needed to do to make it happen. And that's the reality of all these people that really successful. And I want to say really successful on the internet. Some people just faking like they have it. They really don't even have it. But the people that's really successful, that's really doing it, that's what they did. They made conscious decisions. They had to give up all the partying and the clubbing. They had to give up working 12-hour shifts and working overtime and stuff like that. And then when they got their paychecks, they decided to, put it into investments instead of putting it into partying and such. People want to get upset at the people with money, but they don't understand the only reason why the people with money have money is because you choose to spend your paycheck on the stuff that the people with money are producing. That's the only reason why they're rich. If you chose not to spend your money on the Louis Vuittons, the Gucci's, the Nikes, and all this other stuff that, then you get mad at the Paris Hilton, but you want to stay at the Hilton all the time. You put the money in their pockets, and then you get mad because they have the money. You gave it to them. Because her family, and I'm not picking on Paris Hilton, but I'm just thinking of it because I'll get to why I'm thinking of it. But you get mad that Paris Hilton can fly private. She can go do this, go do that. But you're the same clown fool that on New Year's, oh, I'm going to go get a hotel for New Year's. Wait, your house is free. You already paying for your house, so why are you going to go just get a hotel in your neighborhood just to say, oh, I did it for New Year's? The decisions that you make is the reason why you don't have any money. And sometimes you just got to come to reality. It comes down to that point of, I have to make better decisions. If you don't make better decisions, shame on you. But don't blame the world for your faults and shortcomings. Because as many people that's watching this video, y'all probably made way more than me in my working career, especially in the Army. Army income was brutal. But you don't have anything because you made decisions not to have it. You can't retire. Your last day on earth gonna be thinking about, oh, I can't wait to get in there to get to work and make sure these balance sheets is correct. Oh, I gotta make sure all my clients is good. I gotta make sure the fries hot on Monday. You know, that's what you're gonna spend your dying days doing. Because you didn't want to make better choices with the money that you make right now. Alex, I'm gonna get off of that with this grainy video.
Yeah, and like I said, I think that this video was just good because I hope that the people that watch this video can look past, you know, him already being wealthy, because I can already see the hate comments. Especially when he put up the fast car, they're gonna be like, "Oh, you can't buy a fast car with $5,000." I think people they get too distracted at, the wrong things when they're watching content like this. Because all the points he made were absolutely correct. It's all about what you can do with the information. And he put it out right there. I mean, and so as a viewer, you've got to take that information he laid out and apply it. And it's the same thing that, like I said, that we did. It's the same exact thing. It's living below your means, it's doing better with your money, making the conscious decisions of where your money's going to go. Like Dave Ramsey says, if you don't tell your money where to go, it'll tell you where it's going to go. So you have to receive, first look for ways to cut your expenses. And one way I did this was I used to watch a lot of Graham Stephan. He's the frugal expert. I found a whole bunch of ways to cut my expenses. And essentially, once I did that, I just had a lot more freed up income. I took that income. Well, at the time, I wasn't really investing. I was saving because I didn't know how to invest. But I at least didn't gamble it off or anything like that. I didn't blow my money. I knew that that was stupid, but I was saving my money at the time. And it's the same thing. It reminded me of when you talked about how you started, because he had mentioned I used to be in debt, and same thing, you used to be in debt. I didn't have debt, but it's because I made the decision not to go to college. I knew that if I went to college, I would just put myself in debt, and I didn't know what career path I wanted to follow. So I wasn't going to go down a road trying to figure out what I wanted to do for my future like a lot of my friends were doing. They were going to college, putting themselves in debt. They didn't know what they wanted to major in, they didn't know what they wanted to be, and it was just like year over year over year of just flopping classes, and they had no end game and didn't know what they wanted to do, so they're just putting themselves in debt and just rolling around in classes because their parents told them, hey, as long as you're going to college, you're doing a good thing. And I wasn't going to follow that crowd. I wasn't going to be the one to graduate college with tens of thousands or over $100,000 in debt and a job that, maybe pays the same once I get out, as someone that has already built up work experience, which now I have experience. That is the case for most of the people that I know that went to college. I'm making more money at a W-2 job than they are after they graduated. So really, it's not listening to society and what it tells you. Do the exact opposite. Look at what people that actually have money are doing. And what people that actually have money, what they did was cut their expenses, live below their means, invest their money, save their money, and just make better decisions. And if people can watch the content or watch videos like this and understand the message, they will do a lot better. That said, guys, if you have any questions or comments, we apologize for technical difficulties. Hope you could bear with us. Don't forget to send videos to, it's also going to be above Kirby's head, uh, to our email address so that we can react to them. If you got any topics, leave it in the comment section. Don't forget to like this video, share, subscribe, and we'll see you guys on the next one.